Are we broad? We're live. We're live. Oh my gosh, we're live.
What do you do? You're running away, and unfortunately the camera is focused on me because I can't hear you.
Okay, I got a little freaked out. I saw the live button come up, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
I'm
so
ready.
so we tried to do it the way that Adam Homophobia Cogswell taught us how to do it, and it didn't work. So old men trying to play with technology.
Doing this on a keyboard, blip, 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 blip. Not getting very far.
It wasn't getting very far, unfortunately. So one thing I figured that we should do the show sooner rather than later because now we're part of a network, Todd.
I know, and I could go at any minute. I thought that's what you meant for a second. We should do this sooner rather than later because we could lose Todd at any minute, either his attention span or his life. So I'm good. I'm good for now. But I know we're part of a network, and I still don't know exactly what that means. It has a lot to do with League of Legends, right?
Yeah, we have to both learn how to play League of Legends.
Oh my god! Oh yes.
That's probably not gonna work for me. I can play Heroes of the Storm. That'll work.
I'll play League of Legends again, and just listen to my teammates just lose their minds about my ability to not play that game.
So I feel like at one point Adam actually tried to teach you how to play.
When we used to do the show with Ben and Adam, there was a point where Adam, and this was when Adam was getting serious about League of Legends. This was pre-Trinity days, and he said that he was going to teach me how to play. And so there was one night where we did a show, and Adam and I played the game with some other people, and I tried really hard. And I like that game. I think it's a lot of fun, but I am not competitive at that game, and that drives my teammates crazy when I play it. So
did you go out for like walks or something? You just like walk around the map and try to see the sights?
Yes, I look at the pretty maps. I try to find all the hidden places. And they'll say stay in your lane. I didn't know what that meant. And I finally figured that out, because there were 3 lanes. I just figured out, and I'm a little embarrassed. This is a side note. Just today, I figured out what clip that means from
I don't even know what clip that means. So
you don't even know what clip that means? Oh, when people are using Twitch, they'll say, clip that. Did you clip that? And I didn't know what that meant. And now I know it means make sure you captured that video. And I was the whole time when I hear people say that when I'm watching a Twitch stream or YouTube, I had no idea. So now I know. But
is it hold on. I want to explore this a little bit more. So is it like some sort of phrase, like an act, like okay Google, like that type of thing where it triggers something to take place?
What they're saying, I think when a Twitch streamer is broadcasting their stream, they give you the ability as somebody watching. They can either have broadcast only, or you can have the ability to record what you see. And so they could shout clip that, and you could record it and then share it on their behalf.
Clip that.
So you right now you're clipping that.
I'm clipping the entire thing.
You're clipping everything.
But not through Discord because it was broken. I could hear you, I could see you, but it wouldn't take your audio and pump it through this other program.
Yes.
And so I just said, you know what? It's been 15 minutes. We probably should have figured this out ahead of time. Yes. Prior to actually saying, all right, Todd, it's time to do it. And you're like, do I need to install the thing? It's on my phone. Does that work?
I completely forgot about Discord. I apologize. I have it now. So next time we're ready. As soon as you figure out how to make it work.
You got me. You got me.
I turned that back around on you.
Anyway, so maybe we didn't announce completely what we were supposed to say first. Hey, Short Attention Gamer, part of Trinity Force Network now.
Yes.
Left cartridge.
Yes. And I'm excited. I don't care where we end up, but I like being with those guys because I respect them. I respect what he built out of nothing, basically. I think they've done a really good job with their site and with the shows they have on their site. So I'm honored to be with them. I appreciate that they let us be with them.
Hopefully Adam just didn't feel obligated.
Well, I mean, there's probably Adam said, "Oh, those two old guys, they don't know what they're doing." The least I can do is give them a tiny little space in my treehouse, maybe this branch way out here, and they can sit on it until the branch breaks. And that's fine. That's all right. That's about what I expect.
We're the only PG rated podcast.
Yes. We're the show you can listen to with your kids in the car.
Yeah. You can totally listen to it. I don't think they'd find it very interesting.
No.
They'd be like, what are these guys don't even know what Clash Royale is. Actually, Todd probably does.
I do. I know what Clash Royale is because I've been playing every day for 2 years. So yes, I do know.
I installed a match 3 style game that was Star Wars today.
Oh, really?
I just uninstalled it pretty quick. It wasn't.
I have been playing that game. We don't have to get into it, but I've been playing that game from beta to now. So it's over 2 years because it was 2 years ago in early February that the game started. And there may have been a handful of days where I didn't at least play 3 to 5 minute match. I don't know why I like it so much. I haven't spent a ton of money on it. I'd say in 2 years, I've probably spent maybe with gift cards, maybe $80.
But you do spend actual money on it.
Oh yeah, I'd probably spend about 80, maybe $100, but no more than that on the game. But my feeling is, I can't name another game I can't name another game that I've played every day for over 2 years. So, and I've spent a lot of money on games that I've played for 30 minutes.
Yes.
We'll talk about one later tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But so I feel completely comfortable doing that. I can see it's a money suck, it's a time suck, but you have to figure out how to manage it.
It's like my parents and playing Pokemon Go.
Yes. Yeah. You find the time to do it. You don't just go out and spend the whole day walking around catching your Pokemon. You got to take your time with it. Enjoy.
They just drive around catching their Pokemon instead of walking.
Catch your Pokemon and then head home, and that's the way. Or go get ice cream. You know,
that's really the way to do it. It's like, hey, we worked hard getting these Pokemon. Might as well go get some ice cream.
We got 2, 3, maybe 4 Pokemon tonight.
We drove down the road and around that block. Actually, you know what? My parents actually drive like towns away to
catch Pokemon,
to fight in different gyms, and they have certain places that they go that they figured out have better, I don't know, spawn rates of Pokemon. Something.
All right. So that game's almost 2 years. It's over a year and a half old. And your parents are still playing that game?
They are still playing that game.
That's awesome. That is impressive.
That's pretty much all they do, to be honest. So my parents, they're both retired, and they go on at least 2 cruises every year. All right.
Okay.
That's what they like to do. That's fun. But since Pokemon Go came into play, they have always said to me right before they go on a cruise, hey, just because we have a family share plan for data and everything, they're like, make sure you have the international vacation plan thing turned on so we can go and catch Pokemon while we're on our cruise. So they'll go to Bermuda,
yeah,
and then bring their phones and walk around with their phones and catch Pokemon.
So kind of like when ponds get stocked, when Pokemon were let loose in the world, the whole world got stocked with Pokemon. It's not just America.
It's not just America. They're everywhere. They are everywhere.
You can catch Pokemon in the ocean. Maybe.
I don't know the answer to that.
Water
Probably
Pokemon?
Probably not, because it requires some sort of data connection.
Oh, okay.
And while they do have Wi-Fi on board, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to go ask. I'm not going to go ask my parents that question.
I'm intrigued. I want to know if you can catch Pokemon in the middle of the ocean, or maybe a desert island somewhere, a deserted island somewhere.
Those are the
Wouldn't
rare
that be
ones.
great? You can't do anything else on that deserted island, but for some strange, sad reason, you can get just the hint of a cell signal, and there's one Pokemon sitting there. And you try to capture them, and every time you try to capture that Pokemon, the cell signal goes out just a little bit, and so you can't get him. And then
they throw the ball, they're like, woo.
Yeah.
And then it just like pauses in midair or something. And they're like, come on.
Yeah.
No.
And then the Pokemon, and then you try, and then you're like, I can't do it. And then all of a sudden your signal gets good again because you've moved around like this. And then you
Hold on. All right. I'm done. I'm done with the Pokemon. You said move around, and then you waved your hand, and it was very clear to me that you're in a different location today.
Yeah, I'm in my basement. This is where the magic happens. Would you like a quick tour?
I think we owe it to JJ to give a quick tour.
So whenever I play, if I ever play with anyone, first of all, over in the corner is Buddy, well, popcorn machine, because that's important, and then Buddy, and that's where Buddy. Hey, how you doing? He spends his time there. Here is my TV, and then right across is our sofa. But you can see that I've stuck my game chair right in front of the sofa. I don't know. Can you see that chair?
Yeah, I can see the chair.
Yeah, so I said it. So I don't know if that's impressive or pathetic that I don't sit on the sofa, but I sit on a game chair in front of the sofa.
Is it your eyes? Is it your eyes or too?
It's my back. No, I like that chair. I feel more comfortable playing in that chair. I feel like I'm sunk down in the sofa, and I don't like playing on that. So I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing, but I feel like the people that listen to us are gonna go, "Oh yeah, I get it. That's fine. He can do that."
Do you remember there's an advertisement? I think it was in a magazine or something, and it was like a Sony thing, and the guy was like lean back in a chair, and it was like the waves of sound.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. That's what this is like.
And that's how you feel, I'm sure.
Yes. I wish that I felt. So I have surround sound. I mean, I have some speakers back here, but honestly, surround sound is fine. But there are some games where you'd rather just play with headphones. A lot of when I'm playing multiplayer games, I'd rather have headphones on so you can hear things around you. So, I mean, those are kind of lost with surround sound. In movies we watch, and they have surround sound sometimes, but it's not, I don't know. It doesn't seem like the big deal it was when you and I were, well, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, when you were 10, 20, 15, something like that. It just doesn't seem like as big a deal as it was then. So
I remember when I first got my first 5.1 setup, that it was so incredible. Like, I didn't think at that time, stereo was like, that's pretty good. It's left and right. But then, like, I'm sitting on my couch and I'm like, well, there's a bird behind me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I don't know if I've just gotten so used to it. But
that's what I think. That's what I think's happened is I'm like, it's, it's novel now. It's kind of interesting. It's fun, but I'd rather have really good sound out of 2 speakers in front of me and a subwoofer.
So this is actually a great segue into something that I played.
Okay.
And it has to do with sound.
All right.
And I'm sure, like, if any of the Trinity Force guys from was it GG, like Aaron and Snaggletooth, Snaggletooth, sorry. If they probably are like, what, this guy is like way out of date. But Hellblade, have you I think it's Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Yes, I played. Oh, yes. Yes, I understand exactly what you're talking about. It came out this summer. I played it on PS4. Yeah.
Did you play it with headphones or?
I didn't at first, but my wife was downstairs with me when I was playing it the first time, and with surround sound, you could hear it all over the place. And and I couldn't always understand what the voices were saying behind me. I just knew there were voices there. So I did play it with headphones after that. I haven't finished it. I'm probably 3/4 of the way through. Yeah, that is a very much a sound-oriented game.
Well, I actually had my headphones on as kind of an accident because my wife was doing work in the other room. I think one of the kids was playing, like watching a TV show or something. So I was just like, all right, I'll be in my own world. I'll put on the headphones, and I didn't know what to play. So I said, I'll have this has been installed on my computer forever. So, or at least it was installed prior to the new computer. And then after again, I reinstalled it.
It was a summer release. So
yeah. So I was like, I'll try this out. And sure enough, the first screen says it's the best experience with headphones. So I'm like, oh, this is convenient. I've already got my headphones on. And like, I was kind of creeped out because it wasn't like I was alone in the house. I had people around me. So every once in a while you'd hear like this whisper, and it sounded like it was coming from back right, low back left, like all around you. And every once in a while I'd have to turn over my shoulder and take a look to see if it was like my daughter, like saying something. Cause it's not, some of it wasn't completely audible. And I think that is intentional.
It is. And they did that sound. So, the premise, the implication is they're trying to help you understand what it would be like for somebody who is experiencing some elements of mental illness. That's the impression you get about that particular character, and the challenges that she faces. And I get it. I understand why she was doing and experiencing what she was experiencing. That game also won in December at the Game Awards. It won an award there. It's
probably for sound design at least.
Yeah,
really good looking too.
Oh, it is. It is.
It's really fantastic looking game.
And I remember the I think it was the developer and creator. They came to the stage and they were very honored to win that award. It was probably my favorite award type speech for that evening, was from those two individuals. So it made me want to go back and play it again. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to. I'm not done with it.
Eventually.
Yeah. I didn't delete it from my hard drive, so that's something.
That definitely says something.
For me, that says a lot.
You are committed?
I'm committed to finishing that game, and I will probably do it with headphones because it's well worth playing that game with headphones. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. I'd forgotten about that one.
So
can I tell you about one that I've been a little discouraged with?
So this is the 30-minute one that you spent more money on?
No, I've spent more than that, but not much more. I know that there are a lot of people that have been playing Metal Gear Survive and enjoy it. I know JJ enjoys it. I am so discouraged with that game. And I don't know if it is the menus. I don't know if it is the play style. I feel like it's kind of an antiquated play style. I also feel like they've tried to take elements from a lot of the other survival games out there that have been successful and shoved them into a Metal Gear game. Some of them work fine, but a lot of them don't work at all from my perspective. I can't even get to the point where I would do co-op. And maybe it's because it's a little too complex for me for that kind of game, and that may be the challenge. I found myself going back and wanting to play. So Fortnite went down to 50% on co-op, the co-op part of it.
Oh, right, because you still have to buy that, right?
Yeah, and I had it on PS4, but I let Cameron, I let my son borrow it, and I started playing it on Xbox again. And because some of my friends have it, and we've been playing the multiplayer version or part of it. And so then I started to play the co-op version again, because that co-op, it's not the same thing. I understand that it's not a survival game at all, but the co-op part of it is actually fun. The gathering part of it is fun. I enjoy that element of it. The gathering part of Metal Gear Survival, I didn't enjoy it.
All the videos I've seen for Metal Gear Survive.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, not Survival, Survive.
whatever. It's
I
understand. It's fine. It's just a guy with a staff going like this, and then going like this, and then going like this, and that.
And
that's all the videos.
Stabbing zombies with crystals in their heads.
Yeah, it looks kind of boring.
What bothers me about the game is I know that it's based on the Metal Gear engine. I know that game looked great. This game does not look like that game for some reason. It looks more washed out. It almost seems, when you've played a lot of other games right now that are kind of third-person view perspective games, it almost seems like there are animations missing from the characters. When they run, when they jump, when they go to the ground, it's like there's... It's like all of a sudden they're on the ground, or all of a sudden they're jumping, but the jumping does not look normal. And I know that's always been the way with Metal Gear games.
Is it though? Is it this particular game, or is it the MGS5, like the Fox engine, right?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it is, but it doesn't seem like they have iterated in a positive way on the Fox engine. It just seems like the same thing shoved into a $40 game, and I'm not digging it. I'm not having fun with it. I went back the other day because JJ and I were tweeting back and forth about the game, and then also texting about the game, and so I thought, okay, I'm going to give it another shot. And so this weekend I played it again for probably another. I probably played 2 hours, maybe 3, and so I tried to play again for another hour, and I'm done. I give in. I give up.
Can you return it, and have you purchased a second character?
I have not purchased the second character. I know that costs money, doesn't it?
It's like $10 or something for another save slot or something.
What's that? No, I have not done that, and I won't. So, yeah,
maybe that's where the fun is. Once you spend that $10 extra.
So if I spend $10 more, I'm going to enjoy the game, is what you're saying.
The more money that you put into a game, the higher the.
So it's a $39 game. If I go ahead and drop the other $20 to make it a standard $59 game, I'm going to love it.
I think so. That's
okay. That makes sense. I mean, the way you're saying it makes me want to just do it. I don't even know where to give them my money, but my Scooby snacks. But
please don't actually do that, Todd.
No, I'm going to probably, I'll hold off. I'll hold on to it because I know they're going to try to add things to the game. Maybe they'll add something I really enjoy, but not yet. So it's not for me.
It's almost like that game needed somebody in charge of it that was really well loved.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody who knows and understands the environment and the world. The Metal Gear world. I don't know, but whatever.
Zombies are in the Metal Gear world.
Somebody who understands zombies. So Rick, they need Rick from Walking Dead to come in. If Rick showed up, I'd play that game.
Just randomly shows up in the game and say, "Hey,
oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
This is how you take care of the zombies."
Have you ever been in a position where you feel like you're in a game desert? There's nothing. You've played some really great games, and then all of a sudden you can't find something that you can just really sink your teeth into and enjoy. I've been playing things. Okay, that's where I am right now.
Oh.
I'm in a game desert. I'm having trouble finding something that I really, really want to play. I'm bouncing around. I've been playing Call of Duty World War II multiplayer, which is fine. It's fun. But you can only enjoy that for so long. I've been playing Fortnite, like I said, and I still enjoy that game. I've been playing the Sea of Thieves beta.
Oh, yeah. So I am kind of interested in that, but I'm also kind of hesitant about anything to do with that game because I know that it's the co-op focus is just going to kill it for me.
It is all co-op all the time.
Always.
There is a way to play that game single player, and I've tried it. It's just not very fun. And if you had 2 or 3 other people to play that game with, it reminds me of how I felt about The Division. You can play The Division single player for a while till you're like, okay. And then the co-op part of it is what makes that game fun. And this game, the co-op, it's make or break. If you don't enjoy co-op or don't have people to play with, I think it's going to be a challenge. I've been playing with random people on the beta, and it's fun, and I enjoy the elements of it. The game looks incredible, but we're not really communicating, even though they have things built in for you to be able to communicate. We don't communicate that much. More than once I've been on the island doing stuff and my ship goes away. And I don't know how to get back. Yeah, the other 3 guys, so it's usually 4 guys. The other 3 guys have gotten on the ship and they're sailing away. And I didn't even know they were leaving. And there's no way to get to the ship. It's not like I can swim out. One day...
Did they purposely leave you there? That's the question.
It's possible. Or they just got tired of waiting because I was on shore trying to buy some stuff. One day I was playing with these 3 guys. The main guy that was on our ship, you can shoot guys through cannons onto the islands to kind of hunt and look for stuff. So we shot the 2 guys on the islands. And I don't know how he did this, but he decided independently to put me in the brink. So...
What?
You can get, if you're being a jackass on the ship, the other 3 characters can vote, and if it's a majority, then you can be put into the prison down in the bottom of the ship.
The brig.
Yeah, the brig. I'm sorry, not the brink. The brig.
The brink is that multiplayer shooter.
Yes, they can put you in that too. Yeah, they can put you in the brig. I don't know what they call it on there, but they could put you in their little jail. And so he stuck me in this little jail.
Did the other players vote you into the jail, or was it? Or did
they could have? They weren't even on the. They were on the island. They weren't even on the ship.
Oh, so maybe because he had the only vote and you were there, and
yes.
Okay.
So then he comes downstairs and stares at me through the bars, and starts playing this. You know those things that look like a.
Is it accordion kind of?
Yeah, he starts playing his accordion in front of me. Like, dance, little monkey boy, dance. And I wouldn't dance for him. I sat down because I had that ability. And then I left the game because I thought, this is dumb. I can't get out of here. So anyway, things like that.
And you were just being Todd. You weren't being a griefer.
I was trying to help. Yeah, in fact, I was actually setting the sails because the other guys on the ship weren't doing jack. I was trying to get the sails so they'd catch the wind. So I'm getting the game, but I think
hold on. Are you paying for the game, or are you subscribing to Game Pass?
Oh yeah,
getting the game for free.
Let's talk. So Game Pass. Let's talk about what Game Pass is.
I think that's the name of it. Game Pass. Is that?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. On Xbox. So the news story about 2 weeks ago, I think, was that all first-party Xbox games or Microsoft games are going to be a part of Game Pass, right?
Yep.
So that means Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, those are going to be Game Pass games. So the assumption is that if you, what is Game Pass? It's not 10.
I want to say it's like $10 a month or something like that.
Yeah. So bought 2 games in Crackdown, you've basically paid for Game Pass.
For the year.
Were going to buy those,
if it's $10, if it's $10 a year,
and that's right. So that's what it is. If you were going to buy two of the first party games, you would pay for your Game Pass. So so that seems like, and Game Pass isn't a streaming service; it's a download the game service. So yeah, that's an interesting idea, an interesting prospect, because I would end up buying both those games.
I like it. I like the idea that they did there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they've got the staying power right now in terms of what they're going to put out other than Crackdown 2 and Sea of Thieves.
They're going to need some, because the other games they have are just okay. They have some good first party games coming out, but the other games that they offer through the pass they're fine. Some of them are things that I already have. Some are things I don't want to play. So I don't know. I've gone back and forth. They're going to offer they're going to offer another level of it in the next few weeks.
Game Pass Pro.
Well, not a level up, but another mid level, like 6 months instead of a year. So
okay, all right.
But I haven't heard anything else about that, so I don't know.
And with it, is it like PlayStation Plus, where if you if you let your subscription lapse, you don't get those anymore? Or
yeah, so you would lose access to those games, as far as I understand it. Yeah, you don't get to download the game and play it for forever.
Yep.
If you which I understand.
So you can't spend the $10 or whatever, go in and get the game and then just cancel right away.
Yeah, and I get that. That's fair. I understand. You know, the other I did buy, because I'm an idiot, I did buy the Sea of Thieves controller. You like that?
Oh, I love it.
Hey, it glows in the dark.
Show it again. Let me see. You got to talk so the camera goes over to you.
Huh? Oh, so there you see the skull in the middle. The whole thing glows in the dark. Even, I mean, there's even little things on the back there, like, I don't know what they are.
It's a nice looking controller.
It's a cool controller. It's a really cool. Even look at the one is gold and one is black.
It's like your teeth, Todd.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a gold tooth. They did a really nice job with this controller. It's kind of cool, and that's the only reason I bought it. It's more of a collector's type thing, I think, for me.
So this, I just had a thought. Okay,
all right.
So I haven't been playing my Xbox One like at all. I don't use it for games. I was using it for quite a while for just the streaming aspect of things, like to play Netflix and stuff, because it had an IR receiver on it, and I've got one of those Harmony remotes.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, PDP released this PlayStation 4 IR to Bluetooth adapter, so you can actually control your PlayStation 4 with the same Harmony remotes.
Oh, okay.
So I have switched over to using my PlayStation 4 as my streaming device, and now my Xbox One is kind of just sitting there, not doing anything. But thinking about controllers now, I purchased the Xbox One for Windows controller.
Yeah,
it came with, you know, the wireless dongle. It's not the wired version, it's the wireless. And I'm thinking about it now, and I picked up when I got my Xbox One, I got the Infinite Warfare version.
Yeah.
So I thought it looked really cool. It's really nice, stylized. You hit the button and it has special sounds and everything.
I remember that one.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I want to go grab the controller, because I kind of feel like the one that I got for Windows was a different. It feels like a different controller.
What feels different about it?
The Infinity Warfare, Infinite Warfare, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Call of Duty one, it feels more cheap.
Yeah, probably because a lot of the newer controllers, so you can't see it on this controller, but this part on the back is textured now, so it's not smooth. So any of the newer, not all of them, but a lot of the newer controllers, the white one, this one, there's a gray one, they all have textures back here. So there's a little bit more substance, something to hold on to. It's not the kind of texture you'd get from a scuff controller, but it's more than what they had before, which is smooth, which is what the rest of this controller is.
But even the weight of it, I feel it might be different now that I'm thinking about it. Just you showing me that controller and me seeing the how it appears to be like a quality controller.
It is.
I want it just kind of the light bulb went off. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe this is why I'm not playing it, because I like it on my PC, but when I use the controller for the Xbox, that never really clicked with me, and I think that's one of the reasons why I kept on going back to the PS4, is because the controller itself was a little bit different than what I wanted.
I wish you could try an Elite controller, an Xbox Elite controller. It's probably my favorite controller that I have. And I have a SCUF controller for PS4. And I like the Microsoft Xbox controller much more.
That thing's like $120. Right?
I know it's expensive, but if you ever found it used or something, it's weighty. It's got heft to it. You can change the button layout. There's an app in Xbox for changing the button layout. So you can set up different layouts for different games. I have right now for the heck of it, I made a World War II layout and I made a Fortnite one. Because when you're building in a game like Fortnite, being able to use the paddles for that is huge.
So I actually downloaded Fortnite for PlayStation 4 and tried to play the Battle Royale mode and spent more time flying in the bus and getting dropped off in the bus.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there were guys there and I didn't have any time to try to figure out the controls.
Yeah.
And I was dead. So then I did it again, and the same exact thing happened. I tried to go into like what appeared to be maybe a more remote area to go hang out in. No such luck. There was guys there, and they were on top of me real fast. It was frustrating experience. Like I want to the 10 seconds they give you in that staging area is not enough for me to figure out how to how to press the buttons.
And they don't give you enough. They don't give you the option to be able to do things like build you don't really get time to do those types of things. The best way to learn those things are in co-op. The problem is co-op costs money. And I know that people are not paying for co-op because when I get achievements, like I wrote one of them down. So complete the first mission. It's a rare achievement right now. Only 8% have completed that achievement.
So everybody's going in and playing just the free multiplayer, not the other thing.
Well, they're not buying the co-op. Yeah, they're just buying or they're just downloading Battle Royale. There was another one I got yesterday. It's like, or 2 days ago. It's like 5 missions in, and only 4% have done that mission. So it's like an ultra rare mission or an ultra rare achievement. But I got it, so it's so I know. I mean, when I saw that it was rare. And I was barely into the game, I thought, okay, people are not playing the co-op part. And maybe that's why they decided to drop the price to half. So at some point, it's going to be free to everyone. And the co-op's fun, and the co-op is a way to learn how to play that game. But I wouldn't pay full price for it. I'd certainly pay $20 for it. But I don't know. That's me.
So I got to just hold on just one quick second. I got oh Jesus.
What did you break something?
No, so I had the pop-out chat open.
Yeah. For
this stream. Unfortunately, it appears that it wasn't working properly. Because now I've got I just looked at my phone as you were just talking because it buzzed, and Heartbreak is saying, "Hey, you guys are ignoring the live chat." I'm like, "Wait, no, it's right here in front of me. It's blank." So I just went over and oh my God, I'm sorry, you guys.
Hey, we're new to this. We've only been doing it for about 15 years now. But we're just doing this on our keyboard. Woo!
Hey guys, thanks for typing stuff. I'm sorry. It's just us in here. Todd and Jim are ignoring the chat. Thanks, Heartbreak.
So what is he? So you can read it now?
Yes.
Or is he left?
Nope, he's in there, and he just said dope. He's in there. Thomas is in there. Hey, Thomas, what's going on?
They're good sports. Thank you guys for listening, even though we had no idea.
Last Life is in there. Well, he was in there. It appears that he had to go put his kids to bed, but.
Fair enough. I understand that.
Thanks for stopping by, guys, and I'm sorry that we ignored you. Look, I tried to even get Discord working tonight.
We'll do this again, like early March. We'll get our act together. So,
hey, Jay Steed, how you doing? We got a few. This is Trinity Force power right here.
Yeah,
is that all these people are coming in?
One to more than one.
It's 4.
1 to 4. Hey, can we just mention, I'm looking at my list. The only other thing that I've been playing a little bit of is Monster Hunter. And I understand why people like the game.
Is this another one where you bought it and you're not going to keep playing it?
No, I will, because I've actually played probably 10 hours of this game, 10 or 11. But what's a challenge for me is you have to invest time in that game. There's no place to stop and pause. Most games you can hit pause. There's a button and it says pause.
Yep.
you can't pause in Monster Hunter. If you're going to fight a monster, you're going to go fight that monster whether you like it or not. And it's going to take
several. It's going to be like several hours, right?
Well, it's at the very least, a half hour. Most of the missions are, if you don't do it in an hour, you're done. So I think the longest I've gone is 45 minutes. But I remember one day I was in a mission. I thought I was pausing. I went upstairs. I had to do something to help out upstairs. I came back down. I started playing. And then my character fell over and said, "Oh, you're dead." Because I ran out of time. Because I had to go upstairs.
Oops.
So that I understand why people like it, though. It looks good. It's interesting. The monsters are varied. There's so much going on in that game. It's a great game, but you have to invest your time in it, and that's a challenge for me, at least right now. When I'm old,
and then when you kill a monster, you have your friends there to make sure that you don't loot the body when you're done.
Which I have forgotten to do that. I've forgotten to loot the body. And I was just like, hey, I did it. I'm done. And then and I think it's a minute. So it's kind of like Destiny in that you have a few seconds before the game's actually finished so you can grab anything that's still laying around. And that's the way it is with Monster Hunter. You kill the monster, you can loot the body, you can get anything else that's laying around. But the first 2 monsters I killed, I was by myself, and it's like, I did it. And I just did this for a minute.
And then you went to the hub and it disappeared. And
yeah, and I didn't get anything. I was like, oh, okay. And then I found out later you should have looted that monster. But I was too busy, basking in the glory of killing the monster. I am the monster hunter.
But did you see the video that JJ posted recently? This is why I'm mentioning that your friends are stopping you from getting it.
No, I didn't see it. What did it?
So apparently there's some sort of level of player interaction where if you swing your weapon and it hits one of the other guys that's around you, they'll maybe stumble a little bit.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
And what his video is apparently he was in with some randoms. And he was trying to loot a dinosaur, and every time that he went down and held the button to try to loot it, one of his buddies would come over and whack him with a weapon and
nice.
knock him out of the animation.
Nice.
It took him probably, I don't know, the full. You said it was a minute or so. It was almost up to the full minute of him trying to actually loot the body.
Yeah. So it's a Monster Hunter griefer.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. So JJ's jumped in and helped me a couple times now to play the game, and it is a fun game, but I just can't always invest the time in it that I would like to. So right now, like I said, I'm kind of in limbo. I'm playing little things here and there. I've been playing Bayonetta 2 on Switch, and that's fun. There's another game coming out for Switch this weekend I might try to get, but I'm holding out. Far Cry is probably the next one that I'm going to dive into, but I've got a ways to go.
I was interested in Far Cry before I came to my senses and realized that it's a Far Cry game.
Oh man, I've played and finished every Far Cry game. I love Far Cry games.
Oh, Todd, sorry. We have a question.
All right.
Monster Hunter, PS4 or Xbox?
PS4, because that's where all my friends were playing.
Gotcha.
JJ. So yeah, so PS4.
Cool.
Yeah. It's and the other reason it was PS4 is because I thought I would be able to get the outfit or the costume from Horizon, and I did not get far enough in the game to be able to do that. So those things will come back around, but I haven't gotten that one yet, and I didn't get the one for my Palico. So
your Palico?
My cat, my walking fighting cat, my fighting cat. You have a fighting cat, don't you? When you go jogging, do you take your fighting cat with you? You put him on your shoulders, you're running around like this. And then if a bear or a deer that's rabid comes, you flip him off. You don't do that?
No, I don't do that.
Well, then someday you're just going to get hurt if you're not careful.
That is true.
Because you don't have a Palico.
Hey, so I just wanted to mention one game that I think it's not really well known. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that they should probably go play this game.
All right.
It's this Metroidvania style game. It's a very nice hand drawn. It's called Hollow something.
Double Knight.
No, Hollow Knight.
Wait, why are you back to playing Hollow Knight again?
I didn't really play it before. I played it for about 30 minutes when I made a video about it, and then never went back to it.
Oh, that was one of your, when you were doing the
30 minutes and 60 seconds.
And that was one of the ones you did.
That was one of the ones, and I completely forgot. And I went back to it thanks to one of the guys on Twitter that I started talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And holy crap, that game is really good.
Hollow Knight.
I don't know if you know that. It's hard, but there was, and I got to eat a little crow because I played for quite a while and I didn't die at all. I just kept going. Even some of the like mid boss style guys that are in that game. And I got through them. I focused to get my energy back and everything. And I was doing great. And so I said on Twitter, I said, hey, this game is really good. And JJ said, yeah, it's hard. And I told him to learn to play.
That's my tip.
I said L2P nub. And what do you know happened? I had about $400 and I hadn't gone back to town to spend those $400. And I came across a guy and I fought that guy and I was doing okay. And then all of a sudden another one of his friends, exact same guy, comes out of the ground next to him. And I said, uh-oh, this is a good idea. And I died.
Did you lose the money?
So the money went down to zero.
Oh
I think it's a Dark Soul-esque thing where you actually have to go and do a corpse run. So, and I needed to go that way anyway, because that's the direction I was going in. So I went back through and got over there. I'm like, oh, now I just got to defeat that guy and maybe I'll, hover over my corpse or whatever and suck it in. And what do you know? My corpse decided to attack me, as well as this other guy and his friend. They were all just piling it on. And I if it's anything like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, that means that 400 is poof.
That reminds me of when I took some students to New York one time and they started to play 3-card Monte and I didn't know it. And they lost lost $60. And then they were devastated. And they came to me like I said, you guys are stupid. You just lost $60 because you were playing 3-card Monte. I don't know what to tell you. So, and their parents agreed. Yeah, they were stupid. You're not stupid. Don't get me wrong. You're fighting.
No, yeah. I'm stupid. And you know what? I was cocky about it too, because I went there and I said, you know what? I've dealt with it. It was an enemy that I've seen before and I've dealt with before. He has a shield or whatever, and he would block with the shield and then do a swipe to get you after he blocks. So it was doable, and I've beaten him before, but I went up and I said, oh, I got this. And then sure enough, my floaty corpsey guy came and he started like throwing a monkey wrench in that. I lost my 400.
Man, I'm sorry, but it happens. I've been playing Bayonetta 2, and sometimes that same type of thing can happen in that game. That's a fun game, by the way. If you've never played it, that is a good Switch game.
I played Bayonetta 1 and it was pretty good for a while, but it felt a little mashy.
Yeah. This is better than Bayonetta 1. It's a different game, much better.
How
I think they fine-tuned I played both, but I didn't play very much of Bayonetta 1, but they fine-tuned the combat. The story is better. It's still goofy, but it's a lot of fun to play. So if you can find it, I don't think it'll ever go on sale, but if you find a used copy or something, it would be worth picking up just to have to play on the Switch. So it's a fun game.
I seem to remember when that came out that they were doing something like you'd get a package with both 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's Bayonetta 2 is a card, and Bayonetta 1 is a download code.
Okay.
So both in there.
All right.
Yeah, so they're both a part of it. I haven't downloaded the game to my Switch yet, but I will. Hey, I know that time is getting away. Go ahead.
One more thing. So this is an old manish thing.
All right.
Do you have a wallet, Todd?
I do. I don't have it with me. Do you need some money?
No, I'm just wondering, is it a thick wallet, like a Constanza?
It's thicker than my son's. Yes, it's more than it should be, but I have so the reason it's thick is because I still have my GameStop card in there because I don't use my phone number. I still pull out my card and say, well, swipe this. I still have my Best Buy card in there. And then, of course, my credit card. So yeah.
This morning, I got angry at my wallet for being so fat.
Good.
And to help alleviate the thickness of that wallet, I started going through the cards that were in it. And sure enough, credit card, debit card, insurance card, AAA card. Thankfully, no AARP card yet.
Yeah. Oh, that's me.
It's coming. I'm sure it's coming.
A year away.
And then I realized I had a stack of GameStop cards in my wallet. There were four total cards? One of them was my Power Up rewards card, just like you.
Yeah.
And then I had gift. No, you know what? It must have been 5 because I had 4 gift cards.
Oh.
One of which had some money left over on it that was previously used. So I was like, you know what? In order to help alleviate my wallet from the stress, I'm gonna go and just buy a game. So I went to GameStop's website and I'm like, you know what? I need a copy of Horizon. I've said that I've needed a copy of Horizon for a long time. And I put an order in for the complete edition of Horizon Zero Dawn. So I got rid of 2 of those cards, just threw them into the garbage.
Yes. And you got a good game. You know what I was thinking about today when I was thinking about my game desert, kind of where I feel like I am right now, that this weekend is the documentary, and I've talked about it before, but it's True False Weekend in Columbia. So there's the documentary film festival in Columbia.
You have mentioned that multiple times. You really like that thing.
And this year, and because for you and all of our friends, I'm going to figure out a way to do this. My son and I entered, they have a competition called Gimme Truth. And you make a documentary that's 2 minutes long and it's either 100% true or 100% false. And I'm not going to tell you what ours is, but we got submitted. It's the first thing that sells out every year at Gimme Truth. It's at a place in town called the Blue Note, which is a huge venue. And so Cameron and I are going to go to the Blue Note for the game show, Gimme Truth, on Saturday night, and because we got accepted. So I'll send you the link. I don't know how we can share it with everybody who wants to watch. I don't want to share it with the world, but I want to share it with anybody who watches our show. So we'll figure that out. I'll talk to you about it.
We could probably put it on on YouTube. You can post something and only have it visible if you have the link. So we can do something like that.
I have it on Vimeo, and I could give the password out. Maybe we'll somehow figure out how to give the password out to the people that were watching tonight. So Last File and Heartbreak and JJ and all those and those people.
Thomas.
And Thomas, yes, of course, and Thomas. We'll give it out to them so they can watch it, and they can decide whether it's true or false. But anyway, so that's this weekend. But what I was thinking about is a year ago was when so many great things came out. So Horizon came out about this time a year ago, and then a week later is when the Switch was released. It was released on the same Friday that True False was last year.
I think Resident Evil 7 came out at the beginning of last year too.
Yeah, so many great things came out around this time, and right now there's some things kind of trickling out here and there. I know God of War is coming out later on this year, but it really doesn't seem like there's much in this first quarter.
So hold on. So I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2 was supposed to come out.
Was it supposed to be first quarter?
And then they shifted it till the end of the year. So maybe everybody just got out of the way.
Well, I don't know, because first quarter it's kind of barren right now. I mean, we're not going to see. We'll see a few things in March. We won't see God of War. That's April. We'll see. I think Far Cry comes out at the end of March. And there are a few. Kirby comes out on Switch in March. And then Sea of Thieves is April too. So, I mean, or no, maybe Sea of Thieves is the end of March. But there's not much that is in the first quarter of March this year. There certainly isn't a console. So, I was thinking of that. And like last year, we were just overwhelmed with some awesome things in that first quarter in March and in the end of February. And right now, there isn't as much, I don't think.
Yeah, Heartbreak saying Far Cry 5, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
SOT. What's SOT?
Sea of Thieves.
Oh, Sea of Thieves. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it's March 20th.
Yes. Yeah. So there are a few things, but not like last year.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of those same kinds of games. Well, Far Cry isn't, but they're all the co-op type games, the way that Metal Gear is a co-op type game, the way that Fortnite is a co-op, well, part of Fortnite is a co-op type game. So I don't know. There aren't many single player games like Zelda or single player games like Horizon.
Yep.
Those are the kind of games I like, other than maybe, and that's why I'm so excited about Far Cry, because that's the next big single player game until God of War comes out, which also looks awesome so far. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Oh no, it looks good. Yeah, come on, it looks really good. I'm excited about that one.
It's open world,
son, fighting for good.
It's another open world game, and why they didn't need to? They didn't need to go open world from the linear action game.
Yeah.
I would have been perfectly happy with playing another God of War that was very similar to what they've done in the past. God of War 3 didn't really hit the notes that I wanted it to, but I really liked the first two.
Yeah.
So I could have very happily taken another one of those.
I like the premise for this one, so that's kind of why I'm excited about it. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's like you and your boy.
It's like me and my boy. I'm pointing over here like he's right here. He was here a second ago. He came down and got a Coke and then walked back upstairs. But
it's like, oh, Dad's talking to himself again.
Yeah. He knows what's going on. So it'll be it'll be interesting to see how that.
Todd, why doesn't your son share us with his friends?
He does. Well, some of his friends are over here all the time playing, and they know that we do a show, but it's like they pat us on the head, or they pat me on the head like, that's so sweet. Talking about your games. And then they want us to go stream the game for 8 hours a day. And I don't understand that.
No.
I appreciate what they're doing, but I could never do that. I would hate games, I think.
If you were always on.
If I played a game online for 8 hours a day and people were watching me, and I had to deal with, I knew that was the only way I could make money. And I also knew that I was going to have to deal with people being asses or trying to swat me. I'd get to the point where I just didn't want to do anything with games, I think.
Yeah.
Tonight I was playing Fortnite right before we played, and I jumped down the stairs, and as soon as I jumped down the stairs, this guy shoots me and I'm dead. And he goes, his animation of his character was doing this. And so I got out of the game, and then he sends me a message, and he says, nice name, LOL, because my name's Game Theory, which is a whole nother issue. And so I thought, why take the time to be an ass like that? But and that happens all the time when you're playing games online. You have people that want to see you fail.
That's why I don't play online.
Yeah. It's not fun. I'd rather play with my friends or play single player or not at all.
I play my puzzle games.
But I really like Fortnite, and I got first the other day. And you want to know how I got first? And I'll stop talking about games after this. So I hid the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like last time we talked about Fortnite, you said that was your strategy. Is that
it was, and it worked. And it worked. And here's how it worked. I hid the entire time. I got to this point where there were 3 of us. Two of the guys were on either side of a cliff shooting at each other over a ravine. And the circle got smaller and smaller, and I just got right in the middle of the circle. And they were too busy shooting each other that they didn't see me. So one of them killed the other one, and I could tell that there were only 2 of us now. And he had built this fort. He had built this ramp all the way up as high as he possibly could in the middle of the circle. And I was down on the ground. I thought, well, I'll just shoot his ramp because I can see where he is. I start shooting the ramp, and he freaks out and jumps off and dies. So and I never killed a guy. And so if you win the game, if you win first in Fortnite, instead of winner, winner, chicken dinner like it is in Battle Royale or in PUBG,
yep,
you get a umbrella instead. So everybody kind of floats down with a parachute looking thing. But if you win first place, you get an umbrella. So I got an umbrella.
Is it a one-time use umbrella or is it a permanent umbrella?
I use it all the time.
Oh, great.
I got 2 actually. I don't know why, but I got 2 umbrellas now.
So you can, when you purchase your second character slot for $10, you can give it to that guy.
I'm going to send you an umbrella. I'm going to gift you one of my umbrellas. And you can pretend that you got first too. And you can do it the exact same way I did. Huddle, 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 huddle. Winner. Winner, winner, umbrella.
Did they say that? Winner, winner, umbrella?
Instead of winner, winner, chicken dinner, winner, winner, umbrella. So, yeah, so that's how I got first. I'll never do it again, but I did it one time. That's all that matters.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So we actually did this show, and it's been less than a month.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
I think.
We're both awake.
Yeah.
You're not going.
I'm not yawning a lot this time. Can't promise next time.
Well, neither can I. So,
but yeah, I like this setup, and I think we've got some interesting video fun stuff perhaps planned.
Oh yeah, as soon as we figure that out.
As soon as I figure out OBS, we can certainly have a little fun with.
And I'll send you the link for our video that we're showing on Saturday night, so you guys can decide if it's true or false. I'm
interested.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
And I hope you. So, do you win something if?
I don't think so, because the judges are directors of the other documentaries that are here. They're drunk at that point because I think they're getting free alcohol at this place. The host is a guy he's a comedian that's on an NPR show called Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. So it's kind of a big deal. Well, at least in Colombia, it's a big deal.
Yep.
But I don't think we win anything. We have to go forward, and each judge gets to ask us one question to try to decide if they think it's true or false. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to say anything, but I'll tell you guys after you take a look.
I can't wait.
All right, I'll give you the link, and I'll give you the password.
And heads up, everybody! It is currently February 27th. I believe KBS week is next week.
Oh yeah.
So be on the lookout for KBS coming to the package stores near you. And we're not sponsored by Founders or anything like that.
But stuff is good.
But that's a good beer.
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend it. And I think you told me about it, right?
I've told you the story of KBS, right? I'll tell you real quick. So when Founders started showing up in Columbia, Missouri, it was hard to find. And there was the distributor for Founders, his name was Todd. And so because we had the same name, we were friends, because that's how it works, you know. And so he put my name in his phone, and he would text me when cool stuff was coming out around Columbia. And so he said, hey, KBS is coming this weekend or this week, and we missed it. And so he texted me again. He said, all right, I have a case of KBS coming to Columbia tonight. And he goes, we're going to take it to this place called Arena Liquor. And I said, I'm busy. And he said, well, if you got a friend, send him over to Arena Liquor, and at 7:30, my wife will bring KBS in. And so my friend goes over to Arena Liquor, And he walks in. He says, "Listen, it's 7:20." He goes, "At 7:30, there's going to be a case of KBS that shows up here." The guy goes, "We don't get deliveries at night." He goes, "Trust me, it's going to show up." 10 minutes later, Marcy, his wife, walks in and she sets this case down. And the guy looks at her and looks at my friend and goes, "All right." And so then that's how we got our KBS that year.
That's fantastic.
Because Todd knew to let me know. That's the beauty of a small town sometimes.
Is Todd going to let you know this time as well?
Marcy's actually working for one of the bigger places in town now, so she may let me know when it shows up. But it's also hard in a college town because rich college kids they know good beer now.
Yeah.
They didn't know good beer, but when they have money, then they're willing to spend it on good beer, and they know what KBS is. So they'll go in and try to buy out a store. But Marcy won't. She'll only let them buy 1 4-pack. So
it's nice that you can even get them in 4-packs there, because you can't get them in 4-packs here.
What do they do there?
They're singles.
What, 1 bottle?
They bust them up into singles.
They break up the 4-packs?
Yes, and they sell them for like, I think last year it was like $6 a bottle or $7 a bottle.
They don't do that here. They'll sell the 4-pack for like 10 or 12.
What?
Yeah, they don't. That's East Coast tax. You guys go to sleep later. All your shows are on later, so you never get enough sleep, and you get taxed more for beer. I don't know if any of that's true, but I'm pretty sure it is. Do you want me to send you a couple bottles?
I don't think that works.
I'll pack them in some socks, put them in a box. I'll wrap them in some bubble wrap.
I thought you were going to start rhyming.
Rhyming
like Dr. Seuss, because I think it was Dr. Seuss week recently too.
Yeah, I'll do all that. I'll send you some bottles because they're cheaper here.
I can't believe that. $10, really?
Well, they figure once it gets here that the least they could do is sell it to us for the reasonable, because it's been coming on Pony Express. You know that, right?
I did not know that.
That's the only way you can get things to Missouri. At one point, they take it off the plane or they take it off of the semi-truck. They put it in the back of a carriage and the horse all the way to Columbia, Missouri. That's how we get most stuff.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you have the internet there, to be honest. So.
Me too. How our UPS driver gets video games to my house.
All right, Todd. We will do this again very soon. Yes. Thank you for everybody who came by and watched. I appreciate that. I'm so sorry again that I don't know how to use the chat function of the Google Hangouts.
We'll get it figured out so that it's actually live next time, and maybe I can even see what they're saying.
Maybe.
Right?
My issue right now is that because I'd like to actually make this setup a little bit better in my basement here. As you can see, we've got this. They spray paint around this light switch here, because, and then they put paneling over the top, so you can't see, like, if they don't line it up perfectly. So it's all black, but there's no paneling on the wall right now.
That's beautiful.
So, but I've got a very small laptop screen, so maybe I'll try to set up like something with a dual monitor setup or something, so I can actually, have my streaming on one and video on the other, and we'll see.
Come on, don't kid yourself. We're going to be doing it exactly like this next time, but whatever. You be you.
Those are letters.
Yes. You and the B and the U, all to you.
All right. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I appreciate it. And thank you to Adam again for having us join this Trinity Force Network, even though we don't really play League of Legends.
No, but Grandpa Todd is happy that his little boy has grown up. So proud of him.
All right. Good night, everybody.
See ya.